Back. This is going to be our first trimester update on pregnancy. There's been a lot of ups and downs with this pregnancy. I am due April 4th. Yes, so that's crazy. It's crazy because at the end of this month I'll be 5 months, and it's just like, what? It's just blowing your mind. But we found out at 3 weeks that we're pregnant because I'm always on track with knowing my cycles, so I'm good at like tracking. When things just out of whack and just don't seem right, yeah, you better look for signs. I just said our due date was April. Well, my doctor is kind of not sure because the baby is also measuring 2 weeks behind. But I had that same thing with Arias. He was pretty small, and then he just needed some time to catch up. But I also haven't gained any weight. I've lost 18 pounds, so it's pretty crazy that I lost that much weight within like my first trimester. I really don't eat a lot of heavy food, so it's a lot of fruits, and I'm putting more vegetables in there, so more like fruits, vegetables, but your body only takes an hour to digest that, so you're kind of like always hungry, so I'm always eating every 2 hours to keep up with my crazy demand. But I haven't been like super starving, so like I'm kind of past that. And when I looked up why was I like super starving, it was that in hunger, meaning that your baby is not getting enough nutrition that they need, so you need to eat something more filling and more nutritious for them. Like this baby likes pizza, but that's not like as nutritional as having a really healthy pizza. So you kind of have to like play around and put a lot of different fruits in there. Like I can have bananas, pineapples, plums, strawberries, grapes, apples, just different pears, peaches, all that fruit you can have in a day because it's a different portion for every fruit. So you're not just eating one fruit. I'm not just eating a ton of grapes. I'm not just eating a ton of strawberries. I'm not just eating apples and bananas. You're actually taking from a lot of fruits. So and kiwis, all that stuff. So you can throw some carrots in there. You can take some spinach. We kind of like not really eating lettuce, but I want a salad today, so I think I'm going to go out and get a salad. But that's that. Nausea was the first symptom I experienced. I didn't know what the freak to do because I did not have that problem with Arias. I had no nausea. I had no vomiting. I ate, like literally, I crave meals with this baby. I do not crave to eat meals. I kind of have to like force myself to eat. But I'm working on it because my doctor said eat. When he mean eat as much as you can, eat when you can, eat when you can find something that the little one will allow you to eat and you can hold it down. That's what he means by eat all of what you can instead of like not eating, because that can be really bad. But I'm already know like since my weight has dropped again since I went to see him. He already asked me to gain weight. And most people are like, well, you're thick boned. Why was your doctor? Well, gaining weight is important in pregnancy. It's not about you're gaining weight, but if you're losing weight and your baby is not at the stage that it needs to be, it can be dangerous because your baby can be really, really, really small, have a really small birth weight. And also your doctor can like have you induced earlier if that's still the signs that your baby is not growing like it should be. Like, so I mean, like your baby cannot be getting enough nutrition from you because you're not eating or you're just too sick. So that can be like a big factor in when eating and not eating for your little one, because my baby's measuring behind because I know I don't eat enough food. Like that's just facts. But am I trying? Yes. Am I trying to put as much as I can put there? Yes, because that's all I can do is try. Like I can't force myself, but I can try, and I've been doing pretty good at that. Not eating, I talked about weight loss. My next appointment is October 17. Programs, I think they talk about the VTAP shot, but you won't get that on until you're like farther along. It actually helps If you don't know what the whooping cough is, you should look it up because it is very dangerous and deadly to your baby. We kind of knew about it, but we kept Ray's sight free from people for almost 3 months. So he really didn't go out to be with much people. We had, like, little people we allowed to come in our home to see him, hug on him. Then I feel that was the right choice for us is not to have a ton of people around us and just having a chance of my baby catching something like that, and just, horrible. We left off talking about the whooping cough. Sorry, I actually put the thing on the bucket and cut the computer off. But we're talking about the whooping cough. Just getting your vaccines. Make sure you have your vaccines. They do suggest the flu shot. I have not gotten the flu shot since when I did get it. It made me horribly sick, and I mean, like, full-blown asthma attacks, wheezing. It was crazy. So I'm not taking a chance with that. I'm not out a lot. I only work the weekends now, which is Saturday and Sunday, and I'm not out a lot for the winter time. That's why is our pantry stock up, because I also have a condition where it's called colitis. Your body is allergic to the cold. So when I mean, like, you tell me somebody have an allergic reaction and you literally swell like a bee, it looks like you've been whooped with like a switch or a cord. You basically look like, kind of like, if you know what a beehive look like, your face, your hands, they look like super big hive patches. They can cover like everything. Most of the time, if you're out, they cover here. They love the cover here. So it's like sometimes and if you scratch, you'll see kind of like the little claw. It'll look like claws. Like the hives will separate, and then they'll be all over. They'll travel down your neck. They'll be on your hands, your arms, your feet, about everywhere in your body. The condition is not really known too much, so there's not much treatment other than like they tell you to take like Benadryl, and you need cortisone cream, not to scratch. You have to strip down, take off everything, warm yourself up. With the condition is what happens is your body goes on like fire, hell, like you're literally seeing like you're burning from the inside out, and that's just your body readjusting to the heat. Your body's warming up, so you feel like you're on fire. It's not fun, because when you feel like that, you also have like this internal itch that you can't reach because it's just so deep inside. So like scratching doesn't help, it just makes it worse. And also with the condition, whatever area you touch, you spread it to another area. So if I was to touch my face and touch my hands, or touch my hands, touch my face, or wherever else on my body, you spread it around. So you kind of like have to be like really, really, really careful. But let's move on for that. So I kind of want to be exposed to so many people this winter and stuff, because we would technically I'll be at home more. I'm planning on leaving work in February, so I can at least have the rest of that time off and get ready to prepare for a baby. So yeah, so I can have March off and then prepare to have baby. Next is accepting help in pregnancy. So they have all these things you can accept to help. Now, we make a lot. Like, we're considered high. We make a lot of money. So you really can't get too much assistance. You have to, fend for yourself. There's a few assistance you can get. There's WIC, but WIC you will only get until after your baby is born. Like, then you won't get it anymore because you make so much, but they give you the assistance while you're pregnant. But after, they take it away. So I'm okay with that, because it also works with stocking up, because we still grocery shop pretty good, but it helps with stocking up. So they give you really good stuff. So, and it also may help with my doctor. Just call. So, and then you just sign up. There's another program called Assistance, but it's called Reach. This is another program. You basically just go for meetings. They give you a lot of information about caring for a newborn. They talk about SIDS. They talk about depression, because you can become depressed. The baby blues, signs of baby blues. They talk about a lot of information. Basically just meetings to help you know that there's someone there to help you And then every time you go to the meeting, they give you a stipend so you can get diapers, baby clothes, baby food, baby formula. You can get all that from them every time you go to a meeting. So that's that. I got our little card to remind my husband to put it in our phones. When you are putting your numbers in the phone, please, for the doctors or the hospital, name it different in your husband's phone. So you know when you looking for, you know what the name of your clinic is. You got the number. But for your husband, your boyfriend, whoever knows, you want to give it a baby is coming or emergency, like emergency plan for baby or baby is coming. Because something can go wrong throughout the pregnancy. Pray God doesn't, but just in case your husband would know who to call. As I said, Infamil is a really good one. We already signed up for this program. It's a really good program for moms that are, as us, make too much money to receive assistance for formula, because we didn't receive assistance for formula for Reyes until he was diagnosed with what he had. So he couldn't drink. He stopped drinking breast milk at 5 months, and then we found out that he was lactose intolerant. And then the whole time we also found out later on he actually had a milk allergy. So that's why he was suffering so much. So we're already planning on saving to buy a can of the formula that we would need if this child is has that problem as the Rays have. So yep, we'll know ahead of time. We talked about I am taking a childbirth class, guys. I'm just taking one because my husband was horrible, my mama was horrible, and she's supposed to be great because she have 11 of us. So, but no, she was not a good support team. And my husband, he was just super tired because he was coming from work. He had just got his shower, so they really didn't know how to coach me. So yeah, I told us we were definitely taking a birthing class. Yeah, it's just, I think it would have helped me. I would have eventually got the epidural, but I did not get the epidural. I was in pain. I got it because I was still at a 3. I was not dilating. We just was progressing forever. I was already in labor for 19 hours with no epidural or anything, and I was still at a 3. So, and then plus my water had broke, so they said I only had a few more hours before they were going to go and get do a C-section. So I chose to get the epidural, and then an hour later I was at a 10. So I know it helped a little bit, but I think because they had me on Pitocin and they were trying to control my contractions so much, they just put me out of whack. My body was just whatever. I don't know what to do. My body was confused. So we talked about childbirthing class. The VTAP, we talked about that. You have the option to get the flu shot or not get the flu shot. They do recommend. I do not get the flu shot. I already said that. Also, we're working on our birth plan. So I already have one of the major birth plans is who we're caring for Riz while we are in the hospital, and my friend Gabrielle will actually be our caretaker for him. So basically what we'll do is we'll come, she'll probably keep Riz a day or two, and then we'll hubby will go home on the last day and keep him just to make sure everything is normal, because I know we stayed a little extra because of, which I'm going to get into, because of my iron level and almost needing a blood transfusion. So my doctor just called this morning. I don't even know how I switched clinics a few weeks ago, so I don't know how the first clinic missed it with my blood work, and they took more blood work from me than my doctor did. So I was wondering, because they said, he was like, well, they did all the normal blood work, but I want to do extra blood work looking at your blood work. So he actually took 2 more tubes of blood, but I didn't know he was running them for him. I think, but a lot of times they don't want you to panic while they're running them, so he just ran that blood for me. And to be honest, he found whatever it is, but we didn't know until literally I gave birth to him, and then a day later, that's when complications became a problem, after birth, which they said I was bleeding a lot, but when I was asking, my nurses said I was fine. So basically what happened is that I was pushing the button because I literally was you feel like you're falling, but you're not falling, but whatever's around you, you're not going to be able to hold. I can hold my head up, I can move, lift my hands, and I had a raise in my arms, and Sean was out of the room. So all of them just came running in, and then my Dr. Green came in. He was like, yeah, you have an iron deficiency, but yours is pretty bad. So what happened is that when you gave birth, your blood levels and your iron levels dropped significantly, super low, which was causing me why I didn't have the energy. I just didn't have the strength or the energy to move my body or to lift, and that's why I felt like I was feeling the way I was feeling. So he took my blood levels, because normally your blood levels. Come here. Arias is needing help. Come, no need to cry. So that was bad, because Reese was given an okay to go home, but I was not. So that was crazy. He watching something. Here you go, buddy. So sorry guys for that, but I was given iron, those iron, but they were actually ready to start a transfusion because my blood levels and iron levels were so low. So he called me this morning and they said they were going to send over some prescriptions, but I have to take my prenatal vitamin at a separate time. Like the one I bought, but he don't want me to take those. He want me to take the ones he prescribed, because he said there is more of the vitamins that he needed me to receive. And so he also going to give me a double dose of iron pills that I have to follow the instructions to take, so we do not run into the same problem this time with birth, with this baby that we did with my previous pregnancy. So that's pretty exciting. And so I'll show you guys the baby. This baby. Oh, sorry. So there's baby. I am 14 weeks. And then here's my belly. I really don't have a belly, but there's belly button. I can't lift my shirt up because I got a dress. But here's belly. Really not much. I call it a muffin top. But, and this sweater is so freaking warm. Like it's like on the skin. But so that's pretty all of everything. I have to get some weight on me. Well, some weight on the baby, I should say. And everybody thinks it's a girl. So nobody. I think I have 2 other people that think it's a boy. I think it's a boy. I changed the boy name, so his right now he's baby J, and baby I. So that's the names. I'm kind of not going to put the names out there because everybody is pregnant now. Everybody's having babies, and I don't want anybody to tell my baby's names that I've chosen for them. So yeah, I'm not going to reveal. I did the name we did choose. I did put that out there, but since I changed baby boy name, I'm not going to put it out there because there's a lot of girls out here pregnant and having kids, and I know a few of them are having boys and they haven't said what they're naming their babies yet. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll be putting you guys updates. You guys actually be getting another update pretty soon because we'll be doing the gender reveal in a few weeks. So love you. Peace out.